Hey everybody, how's it going? I went to one of my local gaming shops I should say, and because I had to get glue. For some reason, my Zappa Gap that I have, I don't know what happened, but it didn't dry up. It got syrupy almost, and basically it wouldn't do what it's supposed to as a glue, which is bind things together. So I had to get some more so I can continue work on the Land Raider. So I'm gonna get to what you see here in a moment. But this is what I got. Zappa Gap. This is what I use. Now I know plenty of people use other super glues. I've tried this. I've used this. I've had success with this, so I keep using this. Although I am curious if anybody uses just Zap, because when you buy a Zappa Gap, at least when I buy it at a local gaming store, a Zappa Gap is sitting in one tray with the green and everything, and then the next tray right next to it is yellow, and it's a yellow sticker on here, and it says just Zap. They're both medium CA plus glue. I just wonder if anybody has used plain old Zap, and if they have, how it works. But this is Zappa Gap. This is how it comes. Then I did an impulse pickup of the Warhammer 40k basing kit, or whatever it's called. Games Workshop puts that one for fantasy and one for 40k. So I figured, you know what? I play 40k. I'll pick it up and see how it is. It was 20 bucks, and it's not a bad thing for 20 bucks, to be honest with you. It's a consumables kit, just like paint is a consumables thing, meaning it's not going to last you forever. But what you get is brass etched stuff. You get medium basing slate, and you get a small basing slate, or fine, I guess you want to go like coarse and fine. This can go very well with this regular flock to give it some texture, which is nice. And this can give you some bigger blocks, so you can put that on some bigger things or whatever you want to do. Just zoom in here a bit. That's the medium slate, and here's the smaller fine slate, whatever I want to call it. And yes, you are getting the shadow of my camera. That's the way I roll, but that's what it looks like. So it can definitely work to help your base your bases. You get an empty tub thing, and it's not a twist. It pulls off like that to store some of your own base materials. You know, that's thoughtful. Yeah, it'd be nice if they included something else in here, because you can always just use up the stuff here, and then get your use it for your own needs. At least I hope it's supposed to be an empty one in there, or else I just got gypped. But yeah, I believe it's just an empty one for you. And then what you get is these brass etched things, which is nice, because outside of this, the only way to get brass etching is from Forge World I know of, at least 40k specific brass etching. So I'll try to do this here so you can see it. You get some grating, some blown up pieces of metal here, or cut and shot up, some gears, and that's sort of like eagle plating, because I can't call it diamond plating because they're not diamonds. That seems to be the exact roundness of a small base for like tactical marines, just for an example, 28mm base. Other gears, some plates with skulls on it, circles and whatnot, and some type of grating, and square plate, smaller circular plates with you can't tell what that is. Looks like just some designs in the Aquila, or what you want to call it, Aquila, and grating. Oh no, not a bad brass etch. It's nice. You would clip it out, and you can, like, for example, the circle one, you can put directly down to a base, make a nice base. You could use this part something bigger. You could cut it and then clip it apart, like take the square one and cut like a jagged line out of it. to make it look like it's cut up a little bit, or you could bend it, put on a base and bend it. Kind of like, this is the box. Notice the Harlequin. Get out of this. There we go. The Harlequin this is a little brass etch thing that they put on and they bent it up on the base. So you can do that with the brass etching, which is a nice touch. And then you get 2 tubs of this. This is why that one's not opened. And what they call it is 40K basing set. I probably couldn't read that because I did it quick. And I'm going to try and show you. Basically what you get is things you can glue down directly onto your bases. And I have 2 bases to show you size. So let's try and do this. I'll get this out of the way. So like the 28mm base, you have that. You have these small things when you get it. They have different designs on them. They're exactly the same. Like this one happens to be like a Crux Terminalis type symbol, or not even a Crux Terminalis. It's like a Space Wolf symbol. Move this up a bit because I'm getting in the shadow again, which happens. So whatever. But as you can see, it's Space Wolf bit. And the 2 basing tubs are exactly the same. And you basically get 2 of that and 2 of whatever else I show you. Some of them is skulls. One has like a melted bomb on it. You can see there's one, if I could find it. Well, there's 2 with Space Marine helmets. One's a beaky helmet, one's a regular helmet. This is the regular helmet. There's also one with an Eldar helmet on it. If you can see that. And there's one with actually a Sisters of Battle helmet that I want to just point out. I think this is it right here. Yep, Sisters of Battle helmet. And then there's other stuff on there. So those are the small ones. They don't take up a full base. As you can see right here, you put on as kind of a accent. Let me pick it up. An accent to a base. So wherever you want to put it. So you have flocking on here as well. So you glue this down, then put flocking around it. And you got a little like rubble type of base. Then they get bigger. So you get 2 different designs. Let me put it in my hand and show you. And a ghost apparently from StarCraft. Anyway, those are 2 different designs, which are cool. And what's nice about these is they pretty much fit directly onto the 28mm base. So all you have to do is just glue this down, paint it up, and that's your base. And that's pretty cool. I actually like that a lot. And both fit just like that. Then you get 2 large ones. This has a lasgun on it and a canteen and stuff. Other nice little symbols and debris. This one has a Space Marine helmet and like a standard pole and other just debris. Now these, however, do not sit flush on a 40mm base like a Terminator base. As you can see, they kind of hang over. Now you could glue it down and file it down a bit to fit directly onto it, or you use it as part of something bigger or part of terrain piece, whatever you want to do, an objective. So you do as an objective, you may not need to trim it flush. But I personally don't even think you need to sand it flush. You may want to, and that's fine. I can understand that. But that's how it would sit. Some people may give you some trouble for it hanging over the edge. I personally wouldn't, because I think it looks cool. And it's like an instant resin base, if you will. And you get 2 of each style as well, because you get that second tub. And that's what's included for 20 bucks. Not a bad deal, personally. I mean, if you count Flock aside, which has multiple bases anyway, if you use each one on its own base, that's a lot of bases you can really jazz up. Granted, 2 of each base is gonna, or there's 2 sets of each thing, so it's not going to be a full double, if you want to think about it as far as unique look. But if you put 1 in each base, you can really jazz up a bunch of bases. Not even counting the brass etching, which you could add in conjunction or by itself onto a base. With maybe some plastic card or whatever, you know, just using this out of the kit by itself with some flock and some plastic card to make up more bases. This is actually a pretty cool Iron Hands build on a works in progress form that's using part of this, I believe, as part of its basing kit. And it looks pretty good. But anyway, point being is, I like it. As I said, for my Dark Needles, for example, I'm going for an urban theme for the look. So I have some resin cast urban bases, which are nice. And I think painted up appropriately, especially for the smaller ones and using the bigger ones, I can add these to the resin base look to kind of bring it more in line with distinctly 40K, you know, with the Spaceman helmet or the las gun or whatever, while still looking nice, because the urban Rebel resin bases are, of course, a nice quality cast. So this is nice to help you pretty much make your own, build your own resin base, quote unquote. Like I said, it's also a fantasy one, and the fantasy one I haven't picked up, but you can definitely utilize that for 40K. That's the beauty of 40K being basically sci fantasy and having, you know, orcs and Eldar, which are equivalent to orcs and goblins of fantasy, and the elf range in fantasy for the Eldar. So you could definitely utilize probably everything out of the fantasy basing kit for 40K as well, if you really wanted to. That way you get even more to kind of jazz it up with. But just wanted to point that out. Also, I'll zoom out. Pick this up, Siege of Vrax, as you see my camera there. Volume 5 of Imperial Armor. Got it from Games Workshop's website. In case you didn't know, I think they talked about it in one of their What's New Today things. If you go to the book section of the Games Workshop website, there'll be a little section called Imperial Armor books. You click on that, and it'll bring you to essentially the storefront for all the Imperial Armor books they have on that website, or on Games Workshop's website. It goes to Volume 3, so Volume 1 and 2 are not up there, but from Volume 3 and onwards, it's up there. And I followed Siege of Vrax Volume 1 pretty intently. I had an illegal download of it, but it wasn't that good a quality, because there were Dark Needles in it. And I want to say, while there are good books, I think Imperial Armor 9, which is Badav War Part 1, for a Space Marine fan looking for some more Space Marine stuff, aside from being pure Space Marine, which is nice, did a better job showing the Space Marines a little bit. In Volume 5, they did a great job. I love Death Corps Crate, which is another reason why I picked it up. So you get a lot of information on that, which is very cool. But I think that and was the main focus of that book, and the other stuff was kind of tacked on. I felt a little bit, I don't know, I'll do a video on what I think of Imperial Armor Volume 5, and I don't think I did one for Volume 9, so I'll do that as well, considering Volume 10 actually should be released this week, if it wasn't released already. I pre-ordered it, so I don't know when I'm going to get it. When I do get it, I'll look through it and do a talk about that as well. Anyway, this went on longer than I intended, so hopefully that was interesting without being too boring. And until next time, take it easy.